Okay, so today we're going to learn about the inversion ankle sprain. Okay, so what we've learned so far from the inversion ankle sprain is that it compromises 90% of all the ankle sprains. Okay, what is inversion? That is when the bottom of the foot goes towards the midline of the body. Okay, what motions, what ligaments are being hurt are all on the outside, right? So we have your ATFs, your CF, and your posterior talus fib, okay? Those are your three major ligaments on your inversion ankle sprain, okay? So most ankle sprains for inversion happen with plantar flexion and inversion, okay? So we need to make sure we prevent that motion. Again, the position of the athlete's foot needs to be at full dorsiflexion, 90 degrees. If you're gonna tape his foot here, you might as well not tape his foot because his ligaments are gonna be lax. Okay, so the position of the foot is very important. Okay, next thing is I don't have the spray, but you would spray the tough skin on it, right? Because we need this under wrap to stick. Usually you should tape right to the skin. The problem with that, if you tape your ankle every day, the skin is going to get very sensitive and raw. Okay, so you want to make sure you spray it, and then the next thing you're going to do is put your heel and lace pads on, okay, on the area where the friction is, and that's on the front between the malleolus and on the back on the Achilles. Okay.
Try to show down.
All right.
I don't want to bend
So,
back.
When we do the pre-wrap, again, as little as possible. We don't want to pre-wrap an ankle, but we do because the skin, everybody would be sensitive, okay? So as little as possible. So make sure you have that roll correctly in your hands. You're going to pull it out and you want to roll it out so you control it, okay? So I'm going to start in the middle of the arch. I do not want to put the wrap all the way up to the toes. We want as little tape on the bottom of his foot as possible because that will be very uncomfortable. Okay? Again, our pre-wrap is going to go just halfway around, covering all. I'm going to do a little heel lock here, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. Okay? And then you're going to do halfway on top, so as little pre-wrap as possible. And if you notice, I don't have very many wrinkles, okay? So we go to the belly of the calf. It's important that you get the pre-wrap and the tape up because we need that leverage of support. If you stop here, there's not going to be enough support from this ankle rolling over. Okay, so you rip the pre-wrap, and we're going to utilize the 1.5 inch tape. Okay, so you need to put some on the skin. We can't always be that nice. So the first 2 anchors are on the skin. Okay, so Nicola, come up here. When you do the anchors, we do 2 of them. If you notice, my ankle of my tape was kind of pointing up, see? So I don't get many wrinkles in my tape. As your tape goes further down to the foot, the angle of it changes. Then you won't get the bubbles, okay? So we do 2 anchors on top, and we do 1 on the bottom. And when we do the 1 on the bottom, you want to push. You gotta get a little further away, Nicola.
Way too close.
Push the foot up, okay, so it spreads his arch out a little bit, okay, so he doesn't get any constriction in that area. So 2 anchors on top, 1 on the bottom, middle of the arch. The next step is stirrups. we need 3 to 5 stirrups, and they are going to cover the medial and lateral malleolus. Now, you need to pull your stirrups on an inversion sprain from inside to out. So we're going to start with the first stirrup on the inside. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push his foot up and pull his foot out and put that first stirrup. Okay? See that? We're going to do 3 to 5, so we're going to cover each one up. So push his foot up, make sure it turns out. See how my stirrups are overlapping, half on top of each other. My stirrups, again, for an inversion sprain are going medial to lateral. Okay, I have done 3 stirrups. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more to give them a little more support. Okay, and this one's going to go right in the middle to give that ankle a little more support. And actually, I'm going to do 1 more in the back so his whole ankle is covered. Okay, so make sure you pull it up and make sure those are tight. Now, we need to anchor those stirrups. These are called horseshoes. So we're going to go halfway over our horseshoes. And see the angle of my tape is changing. Don't get too close, Nick.
Sorry, I'm a bad cameraman.
Okay, and then we're going horseshoes all the way down. But see, my angle of my tape is changing towards his toes because I do not want wrinkles or bubbles in my tape. He's doing a very good job holding his foot up in dorsiflexion. Okay, so we want to cover up all the pre-wrap. We don't want to see very much pre-wrap. Okay, so this horseshoes are covering up any of the holes. Okay, so that's the horseshoes. I'm going to grab my pen. Hold on. All right, so Nicola, you might want to come, stand, up there.
Right here?
You got to point at the ankle. So,
Like this?
we're going to go on to figure 8s and heel locks. Okay, this is very tough. I'm going to give you some guidelines to follow. You want to mark underneath the medial malleolus. Okay, you want to mark underneath the lateral malleolus. You want to mark the middle between the medial and lateral malleolus. Okay. And then our other main point is the Achilles. The right low on the Achilles. That's the other spot we're looking for. Okay? So Nicola, you're going to want to start over here and follow me.
Okay.
So we are going to start with our tape going medially. We're going to start with it pointed up at the toes. I'm going to go right over that spot where I bisect. This is the first part of your figure 8. You're coming right back to that spot. Okay? My next spot I'm going to is the medial malleolus. I want to aim very low. Okay? Now my next spot is the Achilles. All right, Nicola, come on over on this side. I don't know. Nicola, I think that's too close.
I can do it.
All right, come on this side.
Okay, so see, this is the first part of my heel lock. See, I'm coming underneath, and I'm going right back to the middle spot. That's half a heel lock. Okay, so I've done a figure 8 and a half heel lock. Okay, now we're going to do the other side of the heel lock. We are going to come over here, and we're going to go over the lateral malleolus, come back to the Achilles, and then we pull down under the calcaneus. You see the X I made? That's the heel lock. Back up to the middle, okay, and rip. That is one complete set of figure eight and heel lock. Okay, let's do it again. Let's see if we can get this. We'll do it again. We'll mark it all.
One more try.
Yeah, one more try. Because you see, this is my heel lock right here. And this is my heel lock on the other side. Okay? All right, let's try one more time. Ready, Nick?
Yep, so I'm going to have to lay down again. You're going to have to give me some space.
All right, so right here, that's the middle. Not too close. You gotta show the foot. We're going right down under the arch and back up to the middle. That's half your figure eight. You're going to the medial, okay, over the medial malleolus. Now we're going to Achilles. Now we're going under the heel, right? We're going under the calcaneus, and we're going down. This is the heel lock right here.
You missed a lot.
From you come back to the middle. This is the point you always want to come back to. Now that's half a heel lock. Let's go lateral malleolus to Achilles, under the heel. Back to the middle. That's one complete figure eight and heel lock. We do three to 5 of those, depending on how bad the ankle sprain is. Okay? I'm going to do one more, a little bit quicker, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay? Point your tape up. Okay? Nicole, why don't you come up here and watch? Not too close. Not too close. Okay, so we're going back to the middle. The medial malleolus around the Achilles, down under the heel. You gotta lock the heel in place. Back up to the middle. Around the lateral malleolus, around the Achilles, down, under, lock the heel, rip. That's 3 figure eights and heel locks we got on there. Okay? The last part to this tape job is covering it up. So you want to cover up any holes, any weaknesses in the tape job, and make sure they've got full support.
You don't want to.
Here's your chance also to make it look pretty and get all your wrinkles out. Okay? This is the inversion sprain. Okay? This is the most used ankle tape job that you will use. It's very important. This will be everybody's lab practical. They will need to send me a video of them doing an ankle tape job on an inversion sprain. Okay? As you can see, I went through almost a whole roll. So I would highly recommend you taking, thanks Nick, your Louisiana ankle wrap and practicing on your sibling, mom, dad, whoever you can find, boyfriend, girlfriend, and practice your figure eights and heel locks. This is a good way to practice it to make sure you're getting the motion down, okay? The other thing you can do, because, you know, I'm sure that our video taping is not the highest technology, you can YouTube it for inversion sprains. Like I said, there's many different ways to tape an ankle, but if you have all the basics and the mechanics correct, I will certainly be happy with it. I never tape an ankle the same way. This is the way I teach it because I think it's the easiest way for you to learn. But there really is no wrong way if you have all the right techniques into your ankle job. Okay? So bring your tape tomorrow. I will Zoom you, and I hope you will have these videos to reference. Last thing I'll leave you with is this tool right here is very important. You do not have this at home. Your partner will not be very happy with you. So If you put a lot of tape on them, it's going to be very difficult to get off. So make sure you switch their feet up when you're practicing on them, okay? But this is called a shark, right? Because what you do is there's a blade here, and we just put this blade underneath, right? And it zips, and Dakota's ticklish. And what I do is have him pull his Achilles back, and it zips it right off. Not too shabby, right? It's a lot easier than pulling each roll off. Okay, so have fun. And I hope these videos work. If they don't, we can do it again. And I will leave you with those 3 wrappings today, and we'll talk about the last 2 maybe Friday. Have a good night.